Either way, we like this. 800-990-3776 is the number to get into the show. If you want to text, if you want to call, because it is NFL Draft Day, baby. We got you covered all day long across ESPN Wisconsin. From us to the Homer Hour, to our producer, going from the show to the Q Club, to host till when?
At least 10 o'clock.
At least 10 o'clock. I'm Ben Brust, next to Packer Backer wearing a nice sweatshirt. Kyle Wallace.
Game day, baby. Draft day, baby. So we got to wear Packer green and gold. Go, Pack, go.
In his free clothing that he wears every single day, it is our Super Bowl 50 runner-up, longtime punter, Brad Nortman.
I do have free Carolina Panther pants on. Shout out to the team that drafted me. What's up? And a free Nike top.
Cool.
But man, best day of the year.
Cool.
Right here. One of the best days of the year. Maybe not the best. One of the best days of the
Do
year.
you have the draft day hat? Oh, I guess you weren't on stage.
I didn't. I actually have a.
They didn't give you one at least at the press conference?
Okay, that's actually really funny you bring that up. I have a story about this.
All right.
So I get drafted by Carolina.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I get drafted by Carolina. And I don't have any Carolina stuff, right? So the very next weekend is Mifflin. So I go back home to my parents' house. That's where I get
Mifflin
drafted.
Street block party.
You were
famous.
still on a college campus after you got drafted.
Yep. So went back to Mifflin Street block party, which is just a crazy fun time, right? So our friend group, me and Lexi, we're full on dating at this point. That's my wife now. And we go, we have a great time, do things college kids do, right? I still don't have any Panther stuff. So I go, and Lexi and I have had a few drinks. It's probably like 4 o'clock, right? Because everything tilts earlier on Mifflin.
Yeah, it
so we
does.
go on State Street to start getting some food because we're starting to get those cravings, right? There used to be a Lids on State Street. I don't know if there is a Lids on State Street. Strofe might know what I'm talking about.
No, I just pointed at you because I used to work at Lids.
Okay, well, there you go. Meant to be. So we walk in, and there's one Carolina Panther hat.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, should I get it? Should I get it? And like Lexi, who's just like, so encourages me so well. She's like, you got to get that hat. So the guy
She's like, I ain't buying it.
He just got drafted.
You're buying it.
He just got drafted by the Carolina Panthers. The guy's like, oh, no way. So I bought that hat, and forever to me,
Man, they should have gave you that for free.
that's my like draft hat. The draft that I bought drunk on Mifflin at Lids.
Wait a minute.
With
wait.
Lexi.
That is fantastic. Clap. That is wonderful. Wait a minute.
I should have worn it
I'm just
today.
glad I
still
heard
got
Brad
it.
and drunk in the same sentence.
Yeah.
For real, though.
It was a good day.
Twice in the same week.
Oh, yeah. Did you go to Carolina after you got drafted for a press conference?
No, they only do that with the first round draft pick. Maybe the second round draft pick.
Oh.
Yeah, I went in the weekend after Mifflin,
And then they hooked you up.
and then I mean, hooked up. I mean, they put me in a I mean, they gave me some stuff, but it was basically to work out in. And this is another interesting story before we get to it. So I show up, they pick me up from the airport, and they tell you like bring a bunch of stuff with you because the idea is you stay down there. So they drop us off at a Holiday Inn Express in downtown Charlotte.
Oh, wow. Holiday Inn Express.
And they start clicking it in.
This is
clicking
why
it in.
Brad started saving early.
Yeah, exactly.
This NFL is not for long.
And they were like, okay, Mr. Nortman, I see you here for 48 nights. And I was like, oh, wow, 48 nights?
Who paid for this?
Sure enough, I was there for 48 nights. And obviously, I'd leave the room. I'd go back for graduation and stuff. But yeah, I was like, 48 nights? Oh, my gosh. That's like
That was the bed.
yeah. It's a long time. This is my new home. It's a
They
hotel
didn't even
room.
tell y'all how long?
No.
You just packed and they're like, okay, maybe like 2 weeks.
And they just booked a hotel.
Could you
through
imagine showing up
minicamp.
to a hotel room and like, here for 48 nights?
I was like, whoa. It's like a horror movie almost. You know, you're booking in and you're checking in, not checking out.
That is crazy.
But anyway, that's my draft experience.
So, did Lexi take a picture of you in the hat when you were drunk at Mifflin Street just to be like, hey, it's your draft day moment?
I did put it on. I don't think we have any pictures. Still have the hat, though. Love the hat. I think we went right to Zaz after. Remember that? Rest in peace. Great spot. But yeah, it's my draft hat.
Garrett
Bought
chimes
it.
in, equipment managers are the worst. Give only the bare minimum. So stingy. I don't know how Garrett knows this, but that's how it was at the University of Wisconsin. Brad, we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
You want socks? Are you sure you need socks? Yeah, I need socks. I know you got a bunch of socks back there.
Yeah, you get 2 socks all year. That's all you get. You better not put any holes in them.
I thought that was a Whitewater thing.
No.
Oh, we got treated like D1 players. I
You
see.
sure
Look at
did.
that.
Is there a sock shortage amongst college athletics? There must have been. When we played, there certainly was. Maybe
Wasn't
not
in the
anymore.
budget.
800-990-3776. It is draft day here. We got you covered. Don't go anywhere. Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. And if you go to YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee or at ESPN Madison, I am in the studio. and there are questions already about the whiteboard behind me. We have quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, and defensive players that were drafted by the Green Bay Packers. Not guys who played for the Green Bay Packers, but were drafted by the Green Bay Packers. We will have our KBN Packers redraft at the One Call That's All Gruber Law Offices Studios. You can make fun of my writing. You can make fun of whatever you see on the board. That'll be around 2:30, but I do want to start with some conversation I heard this morning driving into work on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and that was Mark Chmura. You can hear them, 94.5 ESPN mornings, 7 and 9. Chewy is always insightful to me. I love how his brain works and how he may have his funny moments off the cusp, but this got me out of the edge of my seat. And here was Mark Chmura's idea that he provided to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning.
This is an offensive-driven league, correct?
100%, yes.
Not a great draft defensively, right? Linebackers, D-line.
Correct. It is more offensive heavy
If you know,
in the early rounds.
if you know a player, in your estimation, is going to be a Hall of Fame player, play at that position for 12 years, would you trade 25, 41, and 58 to go up and get him?
That was Mark Chmura. I didn't know if you had any of their answers. That is my bad. Mark Chmura's idea earlier this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. And as I was listening, I was like, I'm intrigued. And then he mentioned the Hall of Fame type player that he was thinking about was a left tackle. Was Joe Alt is the name that everyone's high on outside of the main quarterbacks that we're likely going to see go 1, 2, 3, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Like when it comes to the best available outside the quarterback position, that left tackle that he mentioned in the show, Joe Alt, was kind of what he's thinking. And whether Joe Alt is or is not an NFL Hall of Famer is not what we're here to have a conversation about. He just got my brain churning. And I'll tell you right now, this might be a little Madden of me, but it also may not be because Chewy is valid. This is an offensive-driven league. This is. And we obviously know the importance of defense. We've harped on the importance of defense, especially for the Green Bay Packers. When they have had good defenses, they have gone out and won Super Bowls with their accompanying offense. It got me thinking, though, right? Could you imagine the greatest show on grass, the Green Bay Packers, offensive-driven league, Matt LaFleur, Jeff Hafley, we're going to still draft 3rd, 4th round, 5th round, all that for you. And this might be a 2-year project in terms of Super Bowl window. But what if that second round pick and that 25 in the first round, Marvin Harrison? I know it's like, oh, Marvin, come on now. Tell me that doesn't get you a little bit excited. It's a little bit Madden-y, but Love, Jacobs. The offensive line always gets figured out. You got Jaden Reed upcoming. You have Dobbs. You have Wicks. Christian Watson would be like the 4th wide receiver, and you don't have to rely on his hamstring anymore. Marvin Harrison, if he is this generational type talent coming out of the draft, paired with the tight ends you got last year, offense is set. And I mean set. More set than worrying about the offensive line because they were top 5 in pass protection. The run was just fine with Aaron Jones when he was healthy. You bring in Josh Jacobs to do what he did last year. I'm getting a little crazy here, but I think it would be fun, and I would love it. It's not going to happen, but here, do you hear me out? Do you like where I'm greatest show on grass? We'd be unbelievable.
I hear you out. I wouldn't move up for a left tackle. Even a Hall of Fame left tackle, I wouldn't move up for. Somebody like Marvin Harrison, if you knew for a fact he was going to be a Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, his own daddy, Marvin Harrison kind of player.
A Hall of Famer.
I would consider it. But to me, the only reason you make that big of a jump and you give up that much draft capital is for one position and one position only. And that is franchise quarterback. And the Packers already have that. So to me, there's nothing that would tempt me to really go up and grab a receiver like that because the Packers have their franchise quarterback. And I'm of the big believer. There's limits to this conversation or this argument, but the quarterback makes the receiver doesn't make the quarterback. And with Jordan Love, you just need to surround him with good enough guys to be able to spread the ball
I don't
around.
want good enough guys. I want great enough guys. And I like the fact that the good enough guys, a couple of them may turn great, but if you can add a sure thing great wide receiver And it's not just because of the name. The production was there. I sound like Mel Kiper right now. He did it at the college level. He definitely fits the mold with his athletic ability and his size and his presence to be a sure thing guy that you can plug and play in any team in the NFL right now, even if Bryce Young's your quarterback. That is what Marvin Harrison can do. Imagine pairing that with the offensive line, the run game of Josh Jacobs, the production that we look to have Josh Jacobs get like he did in 2022 when he led the league in rushing, paired with Jordan Love, paired with Jaden Reed.
Hey, snap out of it. Snap out. You're
Come on.
dreaming.
Come
You're
on.
Dreaming.
Don't tell me you
Snap
didn't
out
get
of it.
excited about that.
You're dreaming and you're in fantasy land. Yeah, I might get excited about that when the Packers are losing and they're struggling last year. But at this point, as Brad said, I got to see what Jordan Love can do with good, above average guys. We had a guy in Romeo Dobbs last year who was like a 4th or 5th round draft pick 2 seasons ago go for 151 in a playoff game. How sexy it is to have Maserati Marv. We don't need Maserati Marv. We already got the horses and the pieces on our team.
I don't want horses. I want a Maserati. Maserati is 800 horses.
Horses
800 horsepower.
Horses can win you championships, but as y'all told me, defenses is the thing that truly wins championships, and this Packer team needs to focus on making sure that they strengthen, solidify, and fortify that defense. So no. This is insanity. This is dreaming. This is fantasy. How sexy it would to be have Maserati Marv.
I like
How sexy
sexy.
it would be have any of these top guys in any draft. That ain't the reality. This is draft day, Ben. I ain't living in a dream. I'm not living in a fantasy. I'm living in today. And if anything, my Green Bay Packers would trade back before they mortgage the future to try to trade up.
He said it's draft day, live in reality. Draft day is when you can be as creative as you want to be when you have 11 picks.
When you are let me tell you this. When you are a Packer fan, you have to live in reality. When the Packers trade up in the draft, you're like, what?
Jordan Love was selected.
You are more.
Did you see that one coming?
No, it's a rarity. That's why we still talk about the fact that the Packers traded up and ended up getting Clay Matthews when they traded back into the first round. The Packers don't do that. When the Packers are on the draft, more than likely he might be traded down. So no, I'm not living in this fantasy land on draft day.
Come on, but hear me out again, Kyle. Mr. Packer, green gold on right now.
Yeah.
You're telling me if that happened, you wouldn't be smiling a little
Listen,
bit?
if it happened, of course I'll be smiling.
Hey!
I would come in here tomorrow walking like I'm
Maserati
talking about who gonna stop me now.
Hey!
But you
Powerful.
know, I don't have the emotional capacity to be able to get my hopes and dreams up like that. So
this is a protection.
I live in reality. That's what I'm living in reality.
Save those hopes and dreams for fall.
You don't live in reality, but today you choose to.
I am preparing
Of all days.
myself for
Of all days for him to go against one of my
listen. I've seen
fun
the
ideas.
Results. Hey, listen. Year after year after year, I've seen the results. The Green Bay Packers, when I think they're gonna do something, gonna do the complete opposite, but they ain't gonna do this. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm living in reality today, fellas. So about 9:30, we'll make the pick.
Save those hopes and dreams for the fall. How about this, though? What if they did do that? The offense is cruising, which we're all celebrating, but don't you want to see a defense that's worth a darn and that can actually get players back there?
Is this defense even with the draft, right? Do you really believe if they spend all the picks, not all on defense, but they have to fill needs,
Most
they have
of
to
them,
fill spots. We've talked about it with Balaga, Tausch, Wilde. Everyone's got their guy. Everyone's thinking defense, right? Wouldn't it be in any ways a 2-year process before Hafley's defense is where it needs to be? Learn the system year one, have guys excel in roles, figure out where your holes are because of, some spots where you have age, a Preston Smith, getting an edge rusher. There's a lot that needs to be figured out defensively. I'm not saying that they can't be solid this year, but they're not going to be where they need to be anyway. So then next year, boom, invest even more.
Well, it'll be hard to pull off what Goody did on offense last year and attribute that to defense this year. That's just hard to do. Goody had a once-in-a-10-year draft last year.
No, he didn't. Goody had back-to-back good years. He like, Drake, I'm coming back-to-back, and now we're going for a three-peat. That's what we're doing today, baby. Today is all about the three-peat. Call me MJ. Call me the 90s Bulls. That's what the Packers about to do tonight. Shout out to Goody.
800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. Mark Chmura had some fun ideas about mortgaging some of the draft picks to go take a shot at a game-changing player, a program and franchise-changing player. He said left tackle. I want to be spicy. I want to be greatest show on grass.
Sexy. If you're going to do it, get sexy.
That's what I'm saying. That was my thing. Is when he said it, I was like, ooh, you got me tingling inside. Then he said left tackle. Like, of
course
no
he
thanks.
said that.
Yeah. Trenches guy. Hitting the head too many times. 800-990-ESPN. But I do want to talk real quick about Road America because he's got my engine turning right now. My engine is turning. That's what Mark Chmura did to me, and that's what will be happening on the 4-mile road course this summer. The NTT IndyCar Series is coming full force in June. It's a great event, and not just for the racing. At any event at Road America, they have so much for you. Great food, camp on site, go-karting, corporate events for you to have a ton of fun with everything that they have to offer. Road America has it for you. Come for the experience and stay for the race. That is the tagline for a reason, because when you come there, I've stayed Friday, Saturday while I'm in a camper. You eat brats, burgers, steaks for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's a great time. It's a fantastic time. You can stock up. You can bring booze in. You can do whatever you want, because they have an experience for you. RoadAmerica.com. Kids 16 and under are free with a paying adult at the gates. Get your tickets now at RoadAmerica.com. Kyle wants to stress the importance to Goot. The importance of this 2024 NFL Draft. We hear from the Packerbacker. That's next.
This is Kyle Broston Nortman.
I was like, it's the 4-1-4 hour at 4.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the kid who got picked on the sports team. I was like, oh, you want me? No way. Because all last week it was so much fun to do that. And I was like, well, I guess it's back to Kyle doing it now. When you said, want to do it with me? I was like, oh yeah, let's do it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison in Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Make sure you get tickets for the NTT IndyCar Series race at Road America June 6th through the 9th. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at RoadAmerica.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's Chevy truck season, and there's no better time to do what you do best. No better time to get the job done in a Chevy Silverado with best-in-class standard torque and a TurboMax engine with a 5-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty that outlasts both Ford and Ram. So kick off whatever your thing is season right, because it all starts with a Chevy truck.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Based on latest competitive data, excludes other GM vehicles, whichever comes first. See dealer for limited warranty details based on Ford and Ram 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty on gasoline engines.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott and Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. Well, what's right around the corner? Mother's Day. Show some love to the incredible women in your life and stop at Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. I recommend Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Hey, I got a question for you. You hate bending over to put on your shoes? Wish you could just put them on standing or sitting without ever having to touch them? If so, then I have the shoe for you. Introducing new hands-free Skechers Slip-ins. With new Skechers Slip-ins, you just step in and off you go. You don't even need to lace up. So how do Skechers Slip-ins work? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide right into place. So just step in them and go. Find new hands-free Skechers Slip-ins for the whole family at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Swimsuit? Check. Sunscreen? Check. Phone charger? Check. Don't forget to pack the 5-Hour Energy. It fits great in a pocket or carry-on, and the alert feeling will help you arrive ready for anything. Now get 20% off when you use code 5HETRAVEL at 5hourenergy.com. Expires April 30th. One-time use only. Not valid with other discounts. Remember, visit 5hourenergy.com and use code 5HETRAVEL to save 20%.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Valvoline Advanced can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $35.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand.
Yeah. Draft day, Johnny Manziel. 5 years later, how am I the man still? Draft day, A. Wiggins. That other side, we stay winning.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on draft day here across ESPN Wisconsin. Kyle Wallace, Packer backer, Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman, Ben Brust, and new producer Alex Strofe. And as always, oh my God, are you gonna do that every time I introduce you?
Yeah, I think so.
If you have any feedback at any point about Alex Strofe, this is a tryout period. So 800-990-3776. I've taken all feedback from yesterday to ESPN Wisconsin management. We will keep that feedback from the fans coming. 800-990-ESPN. Oh,
It's like Pavlovian. You know, like every time his name comes up, he's trying to hit exciting bump. What's those called? Drops. I'm still getting my radio legs underneath me. And I tried to like Pavlovian get us all like conditioned to hear Strofe's name. Boom, exciting drop.
What does Pavlovian mean?
Pavlov's dog. It's like a.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let him go.
Yeah, like you ring the bell and you train him to do something. We say your name. You're
How
trained
do
to
you
do
know
something.
this?
Salivating over things. Yeah.
Salivating over your name being heard so you can press that damn button. Alex Strofe. There it is again. No, I'm not going to do it right now, Alex Strofe. I want to get to the Packer backer, Kyle Wallace, 800-990-3776. Feedback for Strofe and any thoughts that you have for the Green Bay Packers tonight in the NFL Draft. But please, Kyle, tell us how you feel. Oh, gosh, this is good. Real quick before we get to Kyle. Former producer of the program Rutledge and Hamilton was Alex Strofe, and his old host, who he's co-hosted with, is subbing for that show because Matt Hamilton's never there from 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN. Jim Rutledge was right. He did give us a scouting report, and he did say Strofe is needy. That's my feedback. And I think we're seeing that in plain sight right now. Kyle, you're up.
Yeah, so what I was talking about with you guys pre-show that I want to bring to the table here for KBN Nation is tonight is the NFL Draft, and I think the NFL Draft for the Green Bay Packers, this draft specifically for Goody, our general manager, will be the most important draft that he will have. I say this will be the most important draft that he will have is because you see the impact good drafting gets you, right? It gets you an opportunity to open up a window. And for the Green Bay Packers, you know what's open? The Super Bowl window for this team. And so for the Green Bay Packers, in order to truly capitalize on this window of affordability, this window of young, talented players, this window of guys coming together, they must get better on defense and get better on defense with the organization like the Packers, fellas. Do they do free agency like that?
Not usually.
We were shocked this year when they actually did free agency. So the Packers have to build through the draft. And this is why this specific draft, when you are switching to a new defense, when you have young guys on offense whose contracts are going to be coming up in a couple years, you have to hit now. Because if he does not hit in this draft, if Goody does not stay hot, he could squander and ruin Jordan Love going into his prime with a group of young guys that are not yet asking for millions and millions of dollars. This draft tonight, starting tonight and going through the weekend with the 13 picks? I think it's 13 picks. 11 picks that the Green Bay Packers have.
Where'd you come up with 13?
Maybe I think he said he wished he could have 13 or 14
there it
picks,
is.
something like that. But with those picks, he has to hit. This is the most important draft for Goody when he is here because of the fact that if he hits today, that could be the launching pad. No, not can be. That will be the launching pad for our Super Bowl championship window. You want to win Super Bowls, Goody? You better get this stuff right today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Our future is on the line starting today.
So when you say that, as the Packer backer and as someone who thinks this is super important, and obviously it's very important, I think we go into every draft and we probably end up saying that this is the most important draft for the team because that's what it feels like in the moment.
This was huge.
But I agree with you. So my point is, when you say this one's huge, based off the track record, are you nervous at all? Are you nervous? Because we know he hit offensively, but defensively, it hasn't been something where, like, I'm ready to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
See, I'm not nervous. You know why I'm not nervous, fellas? Because when I look at the whole thing, right? I look at the whole pie. I don't just look at a slither or a piece. A slither or a piece and a big piece is the first round. In the first round, obviously, Goody has not consistently had guys be the impactful players that we, as fans, and he, as a general manager, have expected them to be. But when you look at the rest of the pie, Goody in the last 2 years has done a good job of putting great pieces of that pie together. When you look at that offensive line, those guys were drafted by Goody, and none of those guys are first-round picks. When you look at the receiving core that we have, none of those guys are first-round picks. When you look at tight end, guess what? None of those guys are first-round picks. Those were all guys that were built through the draft that are contributing to this team.
Well, you can't just omit the first-round picks that have not done well.
No, I'm not omitting that they have not done well. But what I'm saying is that the first-round pick, the reason why these guys go high is because their ceiling is supposed to be through the roof. They're supposed to be guys that can be all pros, Pro Bowlers, difference makers, field tilters. That's what they could be, like Tory Taylor. That's what we think they could be. The punter from Iowa that we should be drafted on Saturday.
I happened to not be paying attention for 2 seconds, then I heard Tory Taylor's name pop up.
I said, you're supposed to be drafting field tilters in the first round. That's what you expect from him, a guy like Tory Taylor.
The ultimate field tilter.
That ultimate field tilter. That's what you're supposed to get. The Packers.
Show some respect.
The Packers have struggled and failed with that in the first round, but Goody has made up for it with how well he has drafted in the last 2 rounds and that trading up and the guts that he showed to draft Jordan Love a couple years ago. That is what makes everything all come together. That's why today is so important. The rest of the weekend is important because this will be part of what the future will be for the Green Bay Packers if they are going to win a Super Bowl.
Well, I completely agree with you, Kyle, that this is probably the most important draft Goody has had yet. And here's why, though. Because when you have a quarterback like Jordan Love, when you have a franchise guy who is young, there tends to be several waves of Super Bowl windows, right? You think of like Tom Brady's career. You think of Patrick Mahomes right now. He kind of had that initial wave where he was the young guy. Now the roster changes over. He's in a different wave. This team right here, last couple drafts and this draft will make up the bones. It will make up the meat. It'll make up the foundation of Jordan Love's first wave. You probably only get three real waves of good teams in any given franchise quarterback's career. Same with Favre, same with Rodgers, same with any long-term quarterback. So this is 1/3 of Jordan Love's entire career. Can Goody put together a Super Bowl roster? And this is what will make up the meat of that roster.
So I do agree with the importance. I said that right off the rip as Kyle talked about stressing what he does can be really impactful on the future of this team. And not just, obviously when we say the future of the team, every team is doing that, but not every team is in the situation where they have a quarterback that they believe in and then have Super Bowl aspirations. My one thing is to the argument of this is his most important draft. His most important draft already happened.
Jordan Love?
Jordan Love. I don't care about A.J. Dillon, Josiah DeGuara, Jake Hansen, Vernon Scott, Jonathan Garvin. Jordan Love in 2020 makes that be his most important draft that he's ever done. Because without that, building the meat, building the bones, building the foundation you guys are talking about is not possible. So it's very in the now to say it's the most important draft. The most important draft happened when we didn't even know it happened. When he actually hit on the guy that we were all shocked that they traded up for at the time. I know you want to talk, Alex Strofe, but you got 6 to 10 o'clock tonight, so zip it.
No, see, this is why you're wrong, Brad. You're wrong, Ben.
Hey, don't confuse us simple white guys.
I turned my head from looking at Brad. I'm surrounded by so many. but no, this is why you're absolutely wrong. It's because when Goody missed early on in these drafts in 2018 and 2019 and 2020, you know what he did? He is the reason why Aaron Rodgers hasn't won a Super Bowl or even been to a second Super Bowl. And I say won since he came. He didn't have an opportunity to win one because Goody did not do a good enough job of drafting the whole pie. You might have hit in the first round with Jair Alexander, but when you miss in other places, this hurts for the Green Bay Packers. It hurts for the organization. You have to be able to complete that whole pie, and he did not do that early on, and that cost the great Aaron Rodgers an opportunity to even go to a Super Bowl because he did not build a good enough roster around him. I hope he has learned from the evils of his past in order for us to have a brighter future.
Were you trying to be poetic there?
I was, but I'm not great with words. But I
hope you're great with words. Well, you talk on these airwaves every day.
I'm good with words, but I wanted to cuss.
The evils of his past.
Douche. Yeah, I got some words to say for Goody for the early years, but he's making good.
Changed man?
He is a changed man. He's making me feel better about him.
800-990-3776. If you want to get involved in the show, you can call, you can text, you can give your thoughts at any moment all show long. But it is important, if you want to have a visual, go to YouTube at ESPN Madison or at ESPN Milwaukee, because we made a draft board on a whiteboard right behind me where we have quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, and some defensive players that were drafted by the Green Bay Packers. We are going to redraft some Packers coming up next in a snake style. We have not figured out the first pick. We'll figure that out on the other side. Anything to add, Strofe? I'm on it. I'm on it, buddy.
Oh, wow. He's only in your ear, huh?
Yeah, we talk a lot of stuff about you guys behind your back.
Oh, he talks a lot of stuff about you behind your back. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I see when he's smirking.
Let me tell you, boy.
That smile will be wiped off his face when I read these texts from all of KBN Nation ripping Alex Strofe to shreds. That's going to management. Speaking of ripping to shreds, and it's not a good transition. The Analysis Show. Subscribe on YouTube because, for many reasons, the guests are going to keep on coming right now. I'll tell you that much. If you haven't seen the Giannis live event with Stephen A. Smith popping in at Potawatomi Casino Hotel presented by Carbliss, it was an amazing event that you can relive in podcast form on YouTube. Subscribe to the Analysis Show on YouTube for also having special content and accompanying videos with that. It's not just the whole thing. There's special content. There's fun animal facts. There's so much more with the Analysis Show. They were going to have so many more guests. And Alex Strofe, if you talk to them behind my back, I will come over there and smack you silly.
Do your dang job. Your
I just
job
did.
is to focus.
We draft some all-time factors. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad. Awesome. I had nothing before them. I had nothing before them.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad.
Hey, Russ, what up, Russ?
Awesome. And I'm going to read this word for word.
Yeah,
That's who I am.
all right, let's give him the floor. I'm going to try and
Yeah, don't interrupt, dang it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Michelob Ultra because it is the official beer of the Milwaukee Bucks. And as you know, where you're listening right now, 100.5 ESPN is the home for the Milwaukee Bucks. So when you are enjoying this playoff series, make sure you go enjoy a nice Mich Ultra. Go to your local grocery store, go to your local convenience store, and you'll see the official beer of the Milwaukee Bucks, Michelob Ultra. Enjoy it and take a nice sip every time you see a 3 rain down. The Bucks are better with Michelob Ultra.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local, part of the Madison community since 1973.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you tires and batteries, trust and care, because we get you. So get out on the road and stay safe with quality automotive parts and service at unbeatable prices. Right now, select tires or buy 3, get 1 free. Your choice of Meguiar's new car scent protectant wipes or spray, just $5.99. Plus, doorbusters, like $130 instant savings on a DeWalt Power Stack starter kit with charger and 2 batteries included. Tires and batteries, trust and care at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
If you're a motorist of the 4-wheel variety, please watch out for those of us in Wisconsin who do their traveling on 2 wheels. Adjust your mirrors to reduce your blind spots. Allow motorcyclists a full lane width. Use your turn signal when merging or changing lanes. And allow more following distance between you and the motorcycle. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. 0 in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
Are you in need of expert exterior renovations? Look no further than Ridgetop Exteriors. For over 22 years, we've been the trusted name in roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutter replacements. With a track record of excellence on our Google reviews, we take pride in transforming houses into dream homes. Visit us today at ridgetopexteriors.com for a free consultation. That's ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, your trusted local affordable partners.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit forwardmadisonfc.com to purchase your tickets today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoned, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started.
The brain trust of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman got together with our new producer, Alex Stroh. Oh, I'm so sick of you two now. He's running the show, pressing the buttons. I'm Ben Brust, next to Packer backer Kyle Wallace and Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman. We put together a board, and on YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison on YouTube, you can see the quarterbacks, the wide receivers, the running backs, the tight ends, and the defensive players that were all drafted by the Green Bay Packers. Strofe, for the listening audience that can't see, do you think I should go through them quickly before we get into the draft?
Yeah, go for it. You might as well.
For the quarterbacks, we have Aaron Rodgers, we have Bart Starr, we have Jordan Love, and the Magic Man. For the wide receivers, Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams, Don Hudson, James Lofton, and Sterling Sharp. For the running backs, Dorsey Levens, Paul Hornick, Aaron Jones, Jim Taylor, and a good 2 years of Eddie Lacy. To the tight end position, Bubba Franks, Jermichael Finley, Mark Chimura, a.k.a. Chewy, and the coveted Josiah DeGuara. At defensive player, Clay Matthews, Ray Nitschke, Kenny Clark, and Leroy Butler. Strofe, what is the snake draft order for our redraft of Packers draft picks?
So we don't exactly have any magic to this order because there are 5 rounds and 3 of you. So that means 2 of you are going to have 2 number 1 overall picks, and only 1 of you is going to have the first overall pick at a position. However, it is the most important position. We're going to start with quarterbacks, and Ben Brust, you're first.
All right. I would like to start with what would be the historic player that has more championships than everyone on the list combined. You think I'm crazy? I'm building a Packers franchise that's full of winners. Bart Starr as the number 1 overall selection in the Packers redraft. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Starr was in the 17th round of 1956. The 17th round. That to me tells me that he has value in showing that not only was he in the 17th round, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, a 5-time NFL champion, the only quarterback ever to win 3 championships in a row. Mic drop, Bart Starr, number 1 overall.
Kyle Wallace, you got pick 2.
Oh, boy. You know what? He didn't get picked as Mr. Kennedy's VP, but he sure did get picked as my number 1 pick.
Oh, wow.
I am going with Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Charles Rodgers, to be exact. Here's the thing, is when I'm drafting a team of winners to put around him. I just talked about the segment before. Goody didn't put a team around him to help him win. But you know what, GM Wallace? I won a lot of championships in Madden, and we're about to win a championship today on KBN. I'm drafting Aaron Rodgers. I don't need to say why.
Sounds like
Y'all
a lot of
know why.
NFC Championship exits.
Is it the Magic Man or is it all about love, Brad Nortman?
It's all about love right here. Magic Man, give him some respect, but Jordan Love, what he did in his first season, eclipsing of a lot of what Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers did in his first season. He ended his first season with playing the best quarterback play almost of anybody in the NFL. That says bright future for Jordan Love. The Packers did it a 3rd time. He is going to be up there alongside the Packer greats when it's all said and done. Jordan Love, give him Jordan Love for being under center for the Green Bay Packer, Brad Nortmans.
To the wide receivers, Brad Nortman.
Wide receivers, okay, I'm going to go with Sterling Sharp for my wide receivers. Guys, let's not forget, the dude finished in the MVP voting for 2 seasons. That's right, when Jerry Rice was going, they were saying that it was him and Jerry Rice who will be the greatest receiver of all time during his era, and unfortunately his career was cut short. But tell me another receiver on this list that actually got MVP votes. That's only Sterling Sharp. Give me Sterling as my wide receiver.
Who's next?
Ben Brust.
Benjamin Brust. It's a weird snake. You'll end up.
What type of
Is this
snake
a
is
random
this?
snake?
Hold on a minute.
What type of snake is this?
snake back.
Let's talk about the sheet in front of you. What position comes up second? On the sheet in front of you that I gave each of you.
Oh, running backs.
How about we look at the whiteboard? What position is second?
Wide receivers.
Yeah. Who drew it on the whiteboard?
Dumb butt 1.
Yeah, it'd be dumb butt 1. So yeah, listen, like I said, gonna be a little bit complicated. Not a snake draft. Don't view it that way.
Just relax. You'll get value at the running back
number 1 overall
position.
picks to make. You go, Ben.
Okay. Well, Brad, since you want to pick an MVP type player, how about I go with a 2-time NFL MVP? Huh? How about that? You think you did the research? I did the research. Don Hutson, a 2-time MVP in the NFL. So I'm building championships. A 3-time NFL champion, a 4-time All-Star, 8-time NFL reception leader, 8 first-team All-Pros, 3 championships with Bart. I mean, I'm building a dynasty with this redraft. Don Hutson, it's called the Hudson Center for a reason, not the Sterling Sharp Center. That is my pick.
Ooh, that's an unathletic team he built over there in Brussland. Super
Very
unathletic.
old school football. That's
Super
my thoughts too.
unathletic. I mean, they gonna lose to the high school. They might lose to the Bradley Nortmans of the second place Brookfield Central team back in 2006. That's how sorry that team is. But let me tell you, this is so easy. You guys are stupid. Come on now. We talk about winning championships. I want to get the band back together because the last time we saw the band together, what did they do? They won championships. That's why I'm drafting Jordy Nelson at wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Again, you know the stats. You know what he did. You know how beautiful it was seeing Rodgers go to Nelson. I want to see that over and over and over and over and over again. So absolutely drafting Jordy Nelson. This is easy.
Strofe, you're up to tell us what's going on.
I just want to point out, Devontae Adams undrafted?
Don Hutson all day, 3 championships.
Yeah, he hasn't won anything.
You see what he did with the Raiders? He's not a franchise changer.
Let's go to running backs. Kyle, you're up first.
Oh, I mean, again, I'm going to keep this one funky, fresh, and easy. I'm staying with the recent bias. I know he's not on our team anymore, but I know what he can give me in his prime, and that's Mr. Aaron Jones, wipe me down, first down. Aaron Jones will grab the rock. He'll run the rock. He'll pound the rock. Again, GM Wallace, I'll put all the pieces around Aaron, all the pieces around Jordy, and all of the pieces around Mr. Jones to ensure that I have a glorious, glorious championship team.
Brad Nortman.
I'll take another MVP with my running back, too, and that is Jim Taylor. That's right, Jim Taylor. Dude won an MVP. He rushed for almost 1,500 yards in 1962. 6 foot, 215. He is going to beat you with speed, beat you with power, whatever it takes. Jim Taylor, give me him as my running back, y'all.
Ooh, that 5'4"
The
was
running
burning,
back, y'all.
Burning 5'4" 40.
You guys left me another champion. How many champions are you going to leave me? A 4-time NFL champion, Super Bowl I champion, a guy that fits the mold of what I want in my team, a guy that had a gambling problem, actually gamble responsibly. Paul Hornung, are you kidding me? The Golden Boy? You guys got Bart Starr, Don Hudson, and Paul Hornung? You're leaving me champions. That's a 5-time champion. Give me Paul Hornung all day long. Great with the ladies, a lot of fun, and a ball on the field. 6'2", 215 back in the day. He can carry a load here.
Man, I wish I could play football against your team.
Yeah, no
I would have
kidding.
made it to the NFL.
Yep.
Oh, yes. You think
Was
you
it
would just be a Super Bowl champion and a 4-time NFL champion and an NFL valuable player in 1961.
I would have been the fastest player in the league in 1961.
I saw you run. Your weeble wobble can't get up and down
that
the court.
Weeble Wobble would have ran for 1,500 yards back in the day.
We have to take a break, but we will update right now. We still have tight ends and a defensive player to round out our teams. I have 7-time champion, Super Bowl and NFL champion Bart Starr as my quarterback. Don Hudson, are you kidding me? An MVP, an actual wide receiver was an MVP. And Paul Hornung, who is a beast, the Golden Boy. We are a team full of, according to my calculations, we have 15 total championships combined. How many do you guys have? That's what I thought. Kyle Wallace, Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, and Aaron Jones. Sounds like a lot of guys that have been a lot of failures in NFC Championship games. And Brad Nortman with a little bit of an eclectic team here. Jordan Show Me the Love. Sterling Sharp, a very talented wide receiver. And Jim Taylor. We have tight ends and defensive players to round out the KBN redraft of Packers draft picks. Coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
The fact that I, within a month and a half, would have an opportunity to have Sierra thinking about me, oh, my goodness. I signed up to be with y'all, but I will happily be with Sierra.
All right, take it easy. Put it in the pants. Put it in the pants.
Stop it. Not that type of happy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. With the NFL Draft starting Thursday, former Wisconsin offensive lineman Tanner Bortolini will realize his dream when his name is called for his future team. Bortolini joined Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin earlier this year and talked about his journey to the National Football League.
And at the end of the day, I just felt like the best decision for me in my future was to move forward and go to the NFL. And it's really hard to say goodbye to those guys, those relationships, but all good things come to an end. And I think the really big thing for me was that this is really where I felt it was best for me going forward.
The NFL Draft starts Thursday at 7 p.m. on ESPN.
Get 0% interest for up to 36 months, or no down payment, no interest, and no payments for up to 18 months. Book before April 30th at PellaWI.com.
Ben Brust here from Kyle Bruston Nortman and tell you about the newest spike tee on the market, and that is Hoop Tee. And when I mean that it's the newest and best, it was born on the boardwalk of Ocean City, Maryland, and enjoyed now right here in Madison, Wisconsin. With flavors like an original spike tee. You have peach, you have mango, you have watermelon. Hoop Tee will make you feeling great with whatever flavor fits your profile. Hoop Tee. Enjoy the hoops on the screen and hoops in your hand. HoopTee.com. Must be 21 years or older to enjoy.
Your first round pick is here. Unleash unbeatable deals at Metro Ford of Madison. Get into a 2024 Ford F-150 at 2.9% APR financing for 66 months. $16.41 per thousand borrowed. This deal available to qualified credit. Offers on the 2024 Ford Edge include 0% APR financing for 66 months. Before April hits the final round, score today at Metro Ford of Madison. Browse the inventory at MetroFordofMadison.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Redrafting Packers that have been drafted. That is the key here. We've done quarterbacks, we've done wide receivers, we've done running backs. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin with Alex Strofe, our new producer, running the show. Hopefully you're excited as he is, as he lets you know every time I say his name. But we got to get back to it. We have tight ends and defensive players, then we'll recap our teams, and you can vote on who had the best team. For tight ends, we have Bubba Franks, Jermichael Finley, Chewy, and Josiah DeGuara.
I love how you're turning your entire body to look at the board
and
behind
it's on
you,
my sheet.
like it's not written on a piece of paper.
Defensive players, Clay Matthews, Ray Nitschke, Kenny Clark, and Leroy Butler. I put a lot of work into this whiteboard, and Brad and I dragged it down here. Who's up for the tight ends?
Brad Nortman, you're on the clock.
Ooh. Give me Bubba Franks for this one. Bubba Franks was a beast back in the day. Let's not forget 6'6", 265. Big old target for Brett Favre back in the day. He actually put up 9 touchdowns one year. Pro Bowl, Pro Bowl, Pro Bowl. Give me Bubba Franks.
Go ahead, Kyle.
No, this is easy for me. Again, what did I say the first time? Put the band back together. I got me Jordy. I got me Aaron. I added a little Jones to be on that team to give a good running back. And give me Jermichael Finley. He was a stud. And with me as the GM, I would make him a star.
So I'm last on tight ends. Yeah. Josiah DeGuara or Mark Chmura? I mean, this is easy. It's Josiah DeGuara. Hey. Josiah the Messiah. I mean, Josiah fits what we're trying to do here as a team. We got Bart Starr, Don Hudson, Paul Hornig, and you know who's a great H-back, a great blocker? Josiah DeGuara. Keith Jackson carried Mark Chmura in the 90s. Carried Mark Chmura. I don't want Mark Chmura. Are you kidding me? Our team has heart and brains, something that our morning host from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN does not. Josiah DeGuara, tight end for Team Brust.
Oh, wow. Doing my boy bogus like that.
Woof. Truth hurts.
All right, IDP time, individual defensive player. Kyle, we start with you.
Listen, I said I want to get the squad back together, and I do. But you know what?
Clay Matthews.
No, here's the thing. I love Clay. I do, but here's the thing. My team needs some toughness, right? Because we got to make sure somebody keeps these guys in line. Give me Ray Nitschke. Give me the old school boy. Let me the rock inside in the middle of the linebacker. What, you mad because I got the best linebacker out there? Hell yeah. Give me Ray Nitschke.
I wanted Ray because in his junior year, he lost 4 front teeth on an opening kickoff against Ohio State. He never wore a face mask, and one of the Buckeyes players' helmets hit him in the mouth, knocking his 2 teeth initially. The other 2 were dangling by the roots. He played the rest of the game.
See,
what a boss.
Exactly. And when Aaron Rodgers started talking that ayahuasca stuff, shut up. That's our ball.
Ray said, get that out of here.
Hear all that mess?
All right, Bruss. No old head for you to select.
Yeah, I mean, Leroy's old. He an old head. All right, we might be a little old, a little white. We need a little flavor. We need Leroy Lambeau Leap Hall of Famer Butler. We need a playmaker on the defensive end. And by the way, Leroy, you're playing both ways. These guys all played both ways back in the day. Leroy, you're playing. I don't know. You're slot wide receiver and quarterback, safety, linebacker. You're every position.
Hey, Bart, get on the bench. Leroy, give me
Sub him in.
Bring us home, Bradley.
Give me Clay Matthews, the predator. You got to rush the passer in this league, in this fantasy league that we are drafting. And few did it better than Clay Matthews, ranking on Defensive Player of the Years multiple times. He made his presence felt all the time. Speed, strength. Clay Matthews, give me that guy off the edge. Give me all that.
Josiah DeGuara, undoubtedly a better player than Mark Chmura. If Josiah DeGuara played on the same team that Mark Chmura had, he would have been an NFL Hall of Famer and also a Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer like Chewy ended up being. I mean, facts are facts.
Maybe Josiah just never got his shot. Maybe Chewy did.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to sit this one out because I have disdain for Josiah DeGuara and the fact that we wasted a third-round pick on
That's
a dude.
disdain with Goody.
Goody and you know what? Goody
it's Josiah the Messiah.
It's not Josiah's fault that Goody was an idiot back in the day. But
Ben Bruss,
good now.
Packers redraft squad. Bart Starr, 7 total championships. Don Hudson, 3 total championships and an MVP. Paul Hornung, I believe 5 total championships. Josiah DeGuara, just couldn't pick Chewy. Leroy Butler, Super Bowl winner. 16 total championships on Team Brust. And I rest my case.
I like my squad. I got every era represented. I got a whole bunch of different guys that can do different things. Jordan Love at QB. You know that future is bright with young Jordan Love. Sterling Sharp. Give me an MVP caliber guy. Jim Taylor, toe to the rock like few others. Give me an MVP right there as well. Bubba Franks. I mean, the dude was a Pro Bowler year after year. Huge red zone presence. And Clay Matthews. Speed and strength off the edge. I like my Packer squad.
Yeah, you guys may like your Packer squad, but you guys really don't love your Packer squad. We really know the squad that we love, and that's my squad, starting with crazy Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to get the best out of him. At receiver, everybody, the receivers that we also always
You be doing ayahuasca with him?
Hey, if he wins me championship, we got Ray Nitschke to keep him in line. He can get all the ayahuasca he wants just as long as he's throwing touchdown passes. That's all that matters, and he's throwing them touchdown passes to Jordy Nelson, handing the ball off to Aaron Jones, also tossing the ball in the end zone up to my boy Jermichael Finley, and Ray Nitschke holding it down, being a fierce competitor, making everybody scared. He said, you're going to have Chiefs like me playing me. Like all gums.
That's it for our Packers redraft of Packers players that were drafted by the Packers. That's why if there's some that you think are missing, they're not. We went through it deep in the research archives of Alex Stroh's new desk area. While I get the over-under callers with Alex Stroh, I want you to tell us about Underdog, Kyle. Real quick, 800-990-3776. Caller 6, caller 9 for over-under, where you have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Alex Stroh's first time doing over-under officially as KBN producer. So you will get a category from Alex. You will get an over-under. You choose over-under, caller 9. You're stuck on the other side. Winner will win a $50 gift card. 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776.
We may be playing over-under here on KBN, but I want you to select higher or lower on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Right now, if you download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, they have a great promo going on right now. You can choose one between Anthony Edwards over 20.5, LeBron James over 21, higher than 21.5. You have so many great options prices for these promo picks you can easily hit. So this is what I want you to do is download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today or visit UnderdogFantasy.com. Use promo code KBN. Yes, that's promo code KBN, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Yes, you can be rolling in the dough by playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. Remember, use promo code KBN, visit UnderdogFantasy.com, or download their easy-to-use mobile app to have fun playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
We play over-under in 2 minutes, and then Jason Wilde joins. We got the take machine and a whole lot more getting you ready for the NFL Draft. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2024 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with National Customer Credit. Offer expires April 30th, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimbrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The NTT IndyCar Series is coming June 6th through the 9th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. But today, the start of the 2024 NFL Draft. Yes, Packers are slated to pick at number 25, and ESPN Wisconsin will have full coverage starting at 6 p.m. right up until 10 p.m. as the Packers pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Also, head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more up-to-date rumors, mock draft scenarios, and other possible trade-up scenarios written by ESPN.com's team of staff writers. Also today, the Milwaukee Brewers getting back in their winning ways. They've won 2 in a row, even up the series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. 4-game road series concluded today. Catcher Gary Sanchez hit the go-ahead 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th to power the Brewers past the Pirates 7-5 in that one. Then the Milwaukee Bucks also practicing today, but Chris Middleton was not at that practice as he did not participate after spraining his ankle in the first quarter of their Game 2 loss to the Pacers. Game 3 versus the Pacers tomorrow at 4:30 p.m.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN. Sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin with lots of energy, as you should be feeling it too. Because it is NFL Draft Day, and we got you covered all day long at ESPN Wisconsin. We're taking you to 5 o'clock on 94.5 ESPN. Local coverage on 100.5 ESPN as well, with Rutledge and Hamilton leading into the NFL Draft coverage at the Q Club of Wisconsin, hosted by our very own new producer, named Alex Strove. Gonna get sick of that porn. Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust here, as it's time to play a special edition of Over Under.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle Brust-Nortman.
It is time for Over Under, Justin versus Justin style. Caller number 6 was Justin in Watertown. He does not believe in us. And consensus around everyone except us is they don't believe in us either. Justin Lake Villa is stuck on the other side of the over. Alex Drove has a category. He has an over-under. And we get 10 guesses to get as many right answers as possible in 3 minutes. Winner will win a $50 gift card. Alex, category and over-under.
Yeah, fellas, it's NFL Draft Day, isn't it? Exciting, right, bro?
Yes,
Very
it
exciting.
Very exciting.
At least somebody in this room got drafted, right?
Hey.
That was a shot at you, Ben.
I heard that I was the last. I think there's how many picks? 60 in the
60,
NBA? I
yeah.
was 61.
From who?
61 in the European League draft.
That one kind of hurt.
Today, fellas, I am looking for, this is a tough one, I'm not going to lie to you. I am looking for the last 10 quarterbacks drafted by the Green Bay Packers. The last 10 quarterbacks the Green Bay Packers have drafted. Your time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, over-under.
What is the over-under?
5.5. 5.5. Your time starts.
Hang on. So I'd like to confirm the last 10 QBs drafted
by the Packers.
So it's like, okay.
You're just buying time.
Well,
3.
No, we usually get a second
2,
to write some stuff down.
1, go.
Jordan Love, final answer.
Turn that up.
Turn that sound thing up, you dingus.
Clifford was drafted last year, right?
He was.
Yeah. Sean Clifford, final answer.
Brett Huntley, final answer.
Hang on. Don't.
He's right.
I know.
Don't my ass.
No, we have to make eye contact.
I'm sorry.
Do we think
draft?
Rodgers was in that?
Hang
Probably
on.
not.
Let's
18
just
years ago?
go backwards. There's got to be something that is.
Who are Rodgers' backups? Does anybody remember? How about Matt Flynn?
Matt Flynn. That was a Rodgers backup. You can put Matt Flynn in there.
Matt, we have some guesses. Matt
Did we already
Flynn,
say
final.
Okay, we got 4 of.
Turn the
6
ding,
that we
ding,
need.
ding up.
Is Graham Harrell on that list? He got drafted after Rodgers.
That's a good one.
Who?
Graham Harrell?
2 minutes.
Well, let's just do.
Brian Brom.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Because that was the same draft as Rodgers.
Yeah, well, so that's the question. Are those guys
But he got
too far
drafted.
back?
He got drafted after Rodgers, so that might be a trick one.
Yeah,
True.
could be
And
close.
he
He's
gets
closer.
So
Hit it.
Which
who
one?
went Graham?
Brom.
Let's do Graham Harrell because he's
Yeah,
young.
Graham Harrell,
yeah.
final.
Okay, so now we know where the cutoff is. Who do we have now, Trophy? Recap.
We have
have
Love,
Clifford.
Clifford, Huntley, Flynn, and Harrell was an ant.
And Flynn was like 2010-ish. He was older than me. He wasn't 2012. Maybe 2008 for Matt Flynn.
How many
That's
training?
our
Have you
cutoff.
been in any training camps?
What about
This is tough.
Kirk Benker?
No, he wasn't drafted.
Dang, they drafted a guy who was like a D. I think was it D2 or low?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Oh boy. Okay.
Come on, guys.
They didn't draft Deshaun Kaiser.
I know that's the one I thought of, but he
They
came from
didn't draft-
Cleveland. Scott Tolzien, final. No. Yes.
They didn't draft Scott.
Yeah,
Tolzien.
I'm just throwing. We're running out of time. We have guesses.
I guess. Well,
I don't even know.
Scott Tolzien came from Indy.
Kyle,
Kyle, this is you. You're a Packer
I'm
backer.
trying. The music is so loud in my ear.
Turn the music down for real. It's really loud.
I can't even think of other backups, let alone
Yeah.
draftees.
You guys have gone from wanting me to turn everything up to now wanting me to turn it down.
We're mad. We're losing.
Jeez Louise.
Got 10 seconds, guys.
Oh, the buzzer. The 10. I'm sorry, fellas. I can't.
9, 8.
I can't think of.
7.
I can't think of the guy's name.
Alex Magoo, Kirk Benkert, those two finals.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Wow. We started very strong. I
All
thought we
right,
were rolling.
So what we have to talk about is where you got caught. You should have gotten it. Graham Harrell was an undrafted free agent.
Oh.
He played.
Tricky.
So we never say Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was on this list. He didn't say it.
We didn't say Aaron or Brom.
Or Brom, and they are both on this list.
And that would have been.
That would have been
six.
it.
I'm
Yeah, that
sick.
would've been it. You got stuck on Graham Harrell, who played in the CFL prior to playing in the NFL.
Wow.
So this list.
That is gutting.
This list goes like this. 2023 was Sean Clifford, you got that. 2020, Jordan Love, you got that. 2015, Brett Hundley, you got that. In 2012, the Packers drafted a man by the name of B.J. Coleman.
Is he like a low school?
Never even heard of that.
Nowhere, yeah.
I don't know where he went. 2 quarterbacks in 08. One of them was Matt Flynn, which you got. The other, you said his name, Brian Braum. 2006, Packers drafted a man by the name of Ingle Martin. I don't know who that is.
It's kind of a funny name.
Ingle Martin.
Hey, in 2005, they happened to draft the 4-time MVP by the name of Aaron Rodgers. Not sure if you've ever heard of him.
Oh, my gosh.
This list goes back to the year after I was born, boys.
No.
2002, they drafted Craig Null, and finally in 1999, the Packers drafted, who ended up being a starter in the league, Aaron Brooks.
Wow.
Those are the last 10. Congrats to Justin and Watertown.
I am so upset with the Graham Harrell thing.
That's a good list.
I'm disappointed.
That's a good
in myself.
over-under. But,
we
should have got that one.
It was a good line, but we had 2 of the names that would have put us over 5.5.
Yep. The Graham Harrell one was a real tricky one.
Sorry to Justin and congrats to Justin.
I'm
There's
actually
2 different Justins.
I'm actually really hurt by this one. So we had it.
I think we need to revoke Kyle's Packer backer status.
I didn't know Graham Harrell didn't get drafted. He was a big name in college.
He was a big name.
Yeah.
Did you know this before the list?
No, when we were putting this list together, me and Tony Cartagena, who produced last week for you guys, we both said, "Where's Graham Harrell?" And so I went to his Wikipedia page and I found out he played in the CFL. I tricked myself. Tough one.
Yeah, dang it. And we tried to be smart.
Well, okay, but hold on. We do need to judge your performance because you got caught on Graham Harrell, and you went, instead of saying, "Hey, just Aaron Rodgers, maybe we just missed one," you went Kurt Benkert. Final answer.
Well, I was just throwing darts.
We were lost.
I was panicking. Yeah,
but I mean, because we hit we hit the ones that we should have hit after. It was just.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I feel bad for you, Justin.
I've done this game long enough that I should have been able to guide us through the trickery.
Yeah,
that's on me. Pat it back to me. I'll take responsibility.
This is a good learning experience for us all. We should have just guessed Rodgers right away.
Pour one out to us, but don't pour it out if it's valuable, like what Brad drinks.
Oh, I would never pour this out unless it's in my mouth, and that is carbless. That's because I love carbless. Tonight, I'm going to be on the draft show. My 8:45. I'm the last guest besides Jason, so I'm going to hold off all night to have my first carbless until that call is over. It's going to be sitting right next to me when I hang up the phone.
You're going to keep him on, Strofe, till 9:30?
Don't keep me long. Don't keep me long because I'm trying to have my carbless, okay? I love the show. I want to be a part of it. But I was like, 8:45. I have to wait so long until I have my carbless. It's because I love carbless. It tastes unbelievable. There's a flavor for everybody. The fruit flavors when it's getting warm outside, raspberry, cranberry, pineapple, so good. Classic cocktails like margarita and Moscow Mule. I mean, those just hit the spot. But not only that, I worked out this morning. I'm eating healthy all day. I want to be able to enjoy my alcoholic beverage and not necessarily feel totally full and terrible after doing it. That's what carbless does for me. I feel guiltless, in fact. No carbs, no sugars, gluten-free, less carbonation. That means less bloat. Only 100 calories per can, made right here in the state of Wisconsin. If you haven't tried carbless yet, what are you waiting for? Find out why less is more and find them online at retailers near you.
Jason Wilde. We'll ask him about Cooper DeJean 5 times to see if he gets mad. Next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
And I said, it just came out. I said, are y'all going to talk the whole show like this? Good for you. For the next 25 minutes, all they said was they started ripping me. Oh, you going to clap like that the whole time? You going to laugh like that the whole time?
No.
You going to lean back like that the whole time? Why don't y'all go sit over in the open seats?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Life has its moments, times to remember and share. Make the most of those special occasions by visiting Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street. John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. We're here to help you make that perfect selection for your memorable moment. When you think of diamonds, you hear about color, cut, clarity, and carat weight. We can help you understand that. But we're equally concerned with earning your trust with the quality of our selection and our service. Goodman'sJewelers.com, in the heart of downtown Madison. Truly a destination worth reaching.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your first round pick is here. Unleash unbeatable deals at Metro Kia of Madison. Get into a 2024 Kia Forte at 3.9% APR financing for 48 months. $22.53 per thousand borrowed. This deal available to qualified credit. Offers on the 2024 Kia Seltos include 4.75% APR financing for 48 months. $22.92 per thousand borrowed. Before April hits the fun around, score today at Metro Kia Madison. Browse inventory at metrokiamadison.com.
Searching for the perfect brunch spot this weekend? Look no further than the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., indulge in the Great Dane sweet and savory brunch menu paired with mimosas, Bloody Marys, or one of their signature beers on tap. Enjoy at any of their 4 Madison area pubs, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Learn more and view the full menu at greatdanepub.com/brunch. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? With Stoughton Health, it's always easy access, with most appointments within a week. And with over 160 insurances accepted, you're covered and in good hands. For more information, visit StoughtonHealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
To get to you. So tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you.
Joining us now, as he does every Thursday, which is so perfect for the day that is today, the NFL Draft, is Jason Wilde, joining Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust, alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and our new producer, Alex Strofe. Jason, he hits that button every time I say his name. It's getting annoying. How are you?
The draft today?
Yeah.
That was next week.
We have 5 separate questions for you, and they all have Cooper DeJean in it.
Doesn't sound like we're going to cover a lot of ground then.
No, did you Seinfeld joke me? Oh, that's tough. Yeah, that wasn't my best work. But for real, Jason, I feel like to the point of him being in almost every mock draft now, I feel like the Packers never do what everyone thinks they're going to do. Fair or unfair?
I don't know if that's fair. Sometimes they don't do what we were expecting them to do, but sometimes. But I agree with you. Your point is that everybody and their brother expects it to be Cooper DeJean, and so now you're concerned that it won't be Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, I mean, whether I'm concerned about it or not, but that is my vibe. I heard earlier on Wilde and Tausch, you guys make your selections of, obviously Mark Tauscher has not walked away from chops. Jesse Nelson took chop. Sorry. Excuse me. And Jesse took the low-hanging fruit. And remind me of your selection.
I took Mims, the
tackle out of Georgia.
But
That's right.
There's another tackle, Guyton, out of Oklahoma that I really like too. So we'll see.
Jason, I asked this to your cohort, Tausch, when we had him on Tuesday, but I'm curious to what your answer is. If you're the GM of a football team, what is the one quality that you need from your first-round player, right? Is it like potential? Is it production in college? High IQ, measurables? Like, what is it that, like, you know what? Of everything, at least I got to have this out of my first-round pick.
I want him to be a football player.
It's a good answer.
It's
a good answer.
And so here's what I mean by that. And the example I always use is Micah Hyde, because he didn't run the fastest 40 coming out of Iowa. He wasn't the biggest guy to ever play safety. He certainly wasn't a first-round pick. He was a sixth-round pick. But I remember talking with him. He was one of my favorite guys to cover. We still stay in touch. He's on the Christmas card list, too. I know people like to keep track of that sort of thing. When I look at his career, he shouldn't have become the player that he was based on his draft profile, right? I mean, he's a multi-time Pro Bowler, played on a really good defense. He was a leader on that defense. I don't know if he's going to keep playing or if he's going to hang him up here, but he was, and I remember having a conversation with him that it was all about he's a football player. And I'll never forget it. He said, that's the best compliment anyone can give me. And I just think that that's what I want. Yeah, I want a high IQ. Yeah, I want athleticism. Yeah, I want ball skills. And I want all those things. But at the same time, if he's a football player, all that other stuff is encompassed in there.
Yeah, Jason, I'm on your side with that one. I need a guy that produced in college to expect him to produce on the NFL field. And Tausch, for the record, he said potential and high ceilings. So you guys can hash that out 9 to noon on Wilde and Tausch. Kyle, you're up.
Hey, Jason, now, Goody had a really good last draft the last couple of years, but if you look at the whole body of work, some would say, C at best. Do you officially now trust Goody moving forward with drafting players for the Packers?
So I've heard the clip of you talking about how he has I don't want to misquote you, so help me on this, but we use it in a promo that he's really figured out how to draft.
Okay. That sounds about right for me.
Sounds like something you would say, and very supportive of the Packers as well, obviously. But is it possible that he has improved, but he's also been fortunate? And here's what I mean, and I don't remember if you guys and I talked about this earlier in the week or not, but on Monday, I asked Goody about drafting Jaden Reed, and I kind of took him through the second round last year. And stop me if I'm repeating myself too much.
No, this is
I know
new
your
and
time's
intriguing.
precious. So they started out with the 42nd and 45th picks in the second round last year, right? And at 42, they take Luke Musgrave. And they really wanted Luke Musgrave. They got Luke Musgrave. Now they're sitting at 45, and they get a call from the Lions who want to get Brian Branch. And the Lions offer Goody a fifth-round pick to move up from 48 to 45 to get their guy. And so Goody takes him up on it. So he moves back. He said, the board was strong, so we made the trade. Then they're sitting at 48, and he gets another phone call. This time, it's from the Buccaneers, who want to take the center from North Dakota State, Mock. And they're offering a sixth-round pick to move up from 50 to 48 so they can get their guy. And Goody says, sure, more swings at the plate. And then, finally, he picks at 50, and Jaden Reed is there, and they get him. And that's great, except for the fact that he could have gone anywhere between 45 and 49, and you wouldn't have gotten him. And he ended up being your leading receiver, caught more passes for more yards, tied for the most receptions and touchdowns of that team last year. And basically what Goody said was, yeah, if we wouldn't have gotten them, yeah, that would have sucked. But we had other guys who had graded the same. And we would have just taken somebody else that had the same grade. And so and this is not a dig at him by any stretch, but it is I think it speaks to the fact that you can do all your homework and you make some decisions based on the best information you have at the time. But, what if Jaden Reed is gone and you're taking whoever's left? Now, what I thought was really interesting in his answer was that he said that they would have taken Tucker Kraft. They had him graded the same way. And they thought it was incredible that Tucker Kraft was still there with the third-round pick that they got him with. So if you take Tucker Kraft there, then you're taking somebody else in the third round. And given Goody's history in the third round, there's no guarantee that guy can play a lick, right? So my point is that I don't think we can short shrift him or say, oh, well, he didn't have a great draft last year. He did. But it's kind of like Tausch talks about when it comes to players and their success. I think Tausch would have been a successful NFL player just about anywhere he played. But he went to the perfect situation where the old right tackle's back locked up on him, and he got to play right away. And to Tausch's credit, he seized that opportunity. Because if he would have sucked as a rookie, he probably wasn't getting a second chance, right? But so everything has to kind of come together for you to really have a good draft. And you can have a guy that you think is a really good player, but he doesn't fit the system, or he doesn't play well, or he's distracted, or he suffers a bunch of injuries like Eric Stokes has, whatever it might be. The bottom line is that Goody's made some really good picks, but there might be a little bit of fortune involved in there as well, and I think he would be the first to acknowledge that.
Talking with Jason Wilde here on Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Jason will be joining tonight with Alex Strofe, our producer. Throughout the draft coverage from 6 to 10 at the Q Club of Wisconsin. Gosh, you are insufferable. I kind of feel like I have a little bit of a Jesse Nelson on my hands here, Jason, and he was trained by Jesse Nelson, and I'm starting to feel some tendencies.
I don't want to tell you what to do, Ben, but I don't think on the first day that you have him as your producer, comparing him to Jesse is the way to get off on the best foot.
Wait a minute. Jesse's your producer. Your show was amazing. So, I thought Jesse would be a great addition.
I thought Jesse did a great job on the montage today. I don't think the show is great because Jesse produces it. I think the show is great because Tausch is one of one, and we are really lucky to have him as the star.
Yeah, Tausch was really good today. I'm not going to lie. He had me thinking the old hey, is this Cooper DeJean buzz going to turn into, not to the same degree of the Kevin King, TJ Watt thing, if the Packers don't end up picking Cooper DeJean and then he picks Jordan Love off? I thought that was, Tausch is next level.
That's next level.
I digress.
Yeah.
You can catch that on 9 to noon, Wilde and Tausch, wherever you get your podcasts, and on YouTube. Jason, what I do want to know is, I thought it was intriguing, right? Chewy is very insightful on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. He mentioned, and there's no sure thing of trading something and getting a Hall of Famer back. But in the scenario of what he said, if you take 2 seconds in your 25th pick and you move up to get a left tackle that becomes a Hall of Famer, right? Goody would never do something like that, right? Because my idea was as well, if you're going to do that, I'm not going to lie, I want the Madden pick. I want the sexy pick. Give me Maserati Marv, and let's make this the greatest show on grass.
Yeah, look, I don't think when you're building a football team, I do think that Goody firmly believes in more swings at the plate, the better. And if you give up 25, 41, and 58 to go get Joe Alt, he better be Joe Thomas, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to make that big of a commitment. And so I think that that's a risky play. Even if he turns out to be really good, there's still some risk involved there, right? Because you are not improving other positions on your team. And look, I'm not saying that Rasheed Walker is the second coming of Chad Clifton or Mark Tauscher for that matter. But I think they can live with him as their left tackle this year. I think he showed enough that you feel like, okay, this guy is better than a 7th-round pick. And, he had some injuries toward the end of his time at Penn State, so he might have been a higher draft pick than he actually ended up being. But I I'm a believer in the Ted and Goody. I want as many swings as I can. So that way, if I do screw up and I do take a Amari Rogers or I take a Josh Myers, who has been serviceable, but certainly nothing close to Corey Linsley, who we were comparing him to when they picked him, I've got some other options. And, Goody has missed on a fair number of offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten some right, but he's also missed on a bunch. And so I don't think I'd be wanting to give up draft picks so I can take Joe Alt and then put all my eggs in that basket.
In the same vein, what day of the draft is most important for the Packers? Day 1, day 2, or day 3? This year specifically.
Ooh, well, that's an interesting question. I never thought in those terms because, of course, the correct answer is they're all important, right? Look, I think the first-round pick is obviously always who we talk about, who we focus on, the one who has the highest expectations put upon him. But I think the best teams are built on day 2 and day 3. And how good are you in those runs, right?
Well said.
Because that first-round pick is only one guy. Whereas, they've got 6 picks on day 3. Now, are they going to hit on all 6 from rounds 4 through 7? Of course not. But let's go through, just off the top of my head, we'll take somebody in each round, right? In the 4th round, they've gotten Josh Sitton, they've got T.J. Lang, they've gotten David Bakhtiari, they got Zach Tom, right? 5th round, they got Corey Linsley. They got Romeo Dobbs, I think, or was he a 4th rounder?
He was 4th, but your boy Wicks,
Wicks was a 5th rounder, right? There you go. In the 6th round, I already mentioned Micah Hyde and that tight end guy that does that morning show, Boston College, handsome guy, but I can't. And often loses his train of thought. I can't remember his name right now. And then in the 7th round, Donald Driver, Mark Tauscher, Adam Timmerman, like the list goes on, right? And so my point is that there are really good football players to be found rounds 4 through 7. And the more you find, the better your football team is. So I'm going to make the unpopular statement and say it's day 3.
Yeah, if you do hit on the first rounders, they can have a really big impact. So I know the hit rate right now isn't great if you look at the last 4 that were picked, but there are teams that do hit, and they make a huge impact right away for teams that are looking to do what the Packers are doing. So I'm with you. I think Friday's more important.
What position, though, Ben? Ben, let's stop and look at their first-round picks in the last several years. Like, has Quay Walker had that kind of an impact?
No, he hasn't. But
that kind of a pick?
at that selection, I'd like to think that if you draft a linebacker there, close to a Roquan Smith type production. That's what you're hoping for when you draft these type of guys in the first round. And because those have been misses, you're right. The cracks at the plate.
I don't know if it's a miss. What I'm saying is that you could get a guy who is good but not like great, and unless it's a quarterback, and you're one of those teams that's not lucky enough to have good quarterbacks, the idea that our first round pick, you want him to be a field tilter. You're absolutely right. But how about Rashawn Gary? I think Rashawn Gary's a good player. I think he was on the precipice of being an elite pass rusher, and then he tore his ACL in Detroit. And last year, I didn't think he was very good.
I agree.
He was okay. And I give him a pass because he's coming off of an ACL, and I want to see what he does this year. But I don't know. He was the 12th overall pick. What's the expectation for Lucas Van Ness as the 13th overall pick a year ago? If he's not T.J. Watt, is that still a great pick, or is it more important that you hit on Zach Tom in the 4th round and Romeo Dobbs in the 4th? Because that's how you build your team. The first round pick is still only one guy. And if it's a quarterback like Jordan Love, great. But the rest of those guys, they have varying degrees of impact on your team. And yes, you want to get them right, but I think really good talent evaluators show how good they are with what they do on day 3.
I love it, Jason. I think it's very insightful. Put your hand down, Kyle, because we got to go, and we'll hear Jason tonight on the draft show with the guy who's running it, Alex Stroh.
Put your hand down, Kyle.
He's a tyrant. We called him Vince Stalin yesterday. He's a tyrant. It's what I deal with. It's the work environment, Jason. I just do what I'm told.
Somebody call HR.
Thank you. I
Please
appreciate
don't.
that.
Please don't.
At least it now is documented and recorded.
And you have somebody else
Yes, I
outside
have
of the
to
show that's seeing it.
corroborate the story.
Yes. Thank you, Jason.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good. Enjoy the draft.
That's Jason Wilde. Listen to him on Wilde and Tausch across these very stations. Tell us real quick how our Bucks fans, because we will be getting excited tomorrow about Game 3, but tonight is about the draft. But you can catch up on the Bucks anytime.
Oh, I cannot wait to catch up on the Bucks. I can't wait to put my feet up and watch the Bucks tomorrow. From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. And don't you laugh. I'm getting ready to transition to the read anyway. Because we want to talk about Bucks in 6. Because it's in 6 minutes. No more, no less. That is Bucks in 6. You can hear it on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. You can hear all the highlights, the dunks, the threes, and all the fun. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court on Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We got a Potawatomi prize pack to give away next segment, plus the take machine, and a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere. It's Kyle Bruston-Ortman with Alex Strofe across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston-Ortman.
No, some of those things I say act like I think I'm something that I'm not.
I mean, you can say finna. Say, listen, I'm finna do this show here from 5 to 6.
I'm finna do the show.
The Homer Hour finna be lit from 5 to 6.
No, I'll never say that again.
It rolls though, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It's not me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I've been here for 28 years. I didn't know anything about trailers when I started here, and now I know a lot about trailers. I enjoy what I do very much. I like the interaction that I have with my coworkers and the pride that you have making the trailers. You always see them going down the road and you say, hey, that blue and white sticker, I made that trailer. My name is Sue, and I'm proud to be a part of Stoughton Trailers.
Stoughton Trailers, big trailers, big opportunity.
Ben Brust here from Kyle Bruston-Ortman and tell you about the newest spike tee on the market, and that is Hoop Tee. And when I mean that it's the newest and best, it was born on the boardwalk of Ocean City, Maryland, and enjoyed now right here in Madison, Wisconsin. With flavors like an original spike tee. You have peach, you have mango, you have watermelon. Hoop Tee will make you feeling great with whatever flavor fits your profile. Hoop Tee. Enjoy the hoops on the screen and hoops in your hand. HoopTee.com. Must be 21 years or older to enjoy.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hey everyone, Molly Brown here from ESPN Madison. For the best Southwestern food and margaritas in the Madison area, it's always Pasquale's Cantina for me. Whether I'm enjoying my favorite taco salad, their awesome chips and guac, or one of their famous burritos, Pasquale's is the best for authentic Southwestern fare. Plus, they have one of the largest tequila selections around. Visit one of their locations in Verona or Middleton today, or check out their menu and order online at Pasquale'sCantina.com.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, pay 0 interest for 12 months and get a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
You can't miss a moment with Greeny.
You cannot stop rooting for your team. The old expression, if you love something, let it go, and if it doesn't come back, then it wasn't really yours to begin with. If you can let go of your team, you didn't love it to begin with. Jet fans have gotten mad at me over the last few years because I've been hard on the team. I think that's my job as a fan, hold their feet to the fire. But at 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
Greeny, weekdays noon to 2 on 100.5 ESPN. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Packer backer Kyle Wallace, Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman, and our new producer, I think maybe a bigger Packer backer than Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe.
Oh, wow.
It's a Packer backer off. Make your arguments in 30 seconds. Who's a bigger Packer fan? Go.
I'm not allowing somebody like you to dictate my Packer fandom and put it up
I'm not
against Strofe.
dictating it. KBN Nation is dictating it.
We don't need to dictate that. I know who I
KBN
am.
Nation remembers when you didn't believe that the Packers could actually beat the 49ers.
Yeah, and they did beat the 49ers. And I actually
almost
said
did, though.
I actually picked the Packers to beat the 49ers. Y'all had them in the Super Bowl without even having to play the Lions. It was like the Super Bowl at the NFC
Well,
Championship
we at least
game.
believed in the team, and you
No, you
bleed
didn't.
green and gold.
You backtracked.
The one time.
Come on, I'm Team Kyle on
No,
this.
he
You
backtracked.
didn't believe in them.
No, he acted like he believed him, and then after he said, "Well, he was stupid to do it.
All
He
right,
was
let me-
stupid to believe in him."
You know what, Kyle? I'm with you. Let's turn this on Ben. I have 2 questions for you.
I'm ready to answer.
Which jersey did you buy first? Jets Rodgers or Packers Love?
You already know the answer.
I didn't buy either.
Which did you acquire first?
Jets Rodgers.
Okay, second question. Who bought a Jordan Love jersey first, me or you?
That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it does. You're part of the question.
Who bought an authentic Jets jersey? Authentic Love jersey, me or you?
Me.
Did you buy an authentic one?
Mine's authentic.
You didn't buy it, you said.
Well, Tony bought it, and then I Venmo'd him for it.
Oh, well,
So that means you bought it.
It's the same thing as buying it.
I guess you're the biggest Packer backer on the
Packer backer, Ben!
I have a
Sad
Jordan Love jersey myself. So it was a gift.
Everything's free and cheap with you two.
What can I say? I am who I am.
Beautiful thing.
Strofe probably makes 4 times less than you guys and spends more money than both of you combined.
If he makes 4 times less than me, he needs to join a union.
When's your annual coming up here? You gonna ask for a raise?
I started yesterday.
Oh, you got a pay raise with this?
I like you.
big.
I like you. He's settled. He's good.
He got
good with money.
He got a pay raise to come here. We didn't get a pay raise.
I need to wait a minute. I need to see what you. Hey, matter of fact, I might look at some financials around here to make sure
You
it's
got
equitable.
HR.
You have the P&L?
I'm about to look at it. About to look straight at the ESPN one. Good Karma Brands, ESPN. Alex Strofe. There it is. I'm gonna see how much you make.
Well, right now, Alex Strofe has been an L for us on social media, on Twitter at KBN
Boy,
ESPN.
has he.
Have you guys seen any polls out there on our social media?
Yeah, I haven't.
Since he started yesterday with that big raise that he moved here for?
Whoa, let's not put words in my mouth. Get out of my pockets, bro.
I'm not in your pockets. I just want production.
You're still buying lunch.
I always buy you lunch, so at least I could do is get a Twitter poll.
Okay, what do you want?
Some active listening.
What do you want?
It's not about what I want. You got to
Yes,
start.
it clearly is. You're the one making the argument.
You're right. I
now.
am the tyrant. I am Ben Stalin here.
You're yelling at me. It is about what you want.
What have we talked about today? Did we not do a Packers redraft? Can you not put who we drafted on a tweet and then say who had the best draft? Could you have done that? Could you have done anything else that we talked about? Absolutely. Again, 800-990-3776. I'm getting
This is
fed
a
up.
hostile work environment.
Hostile.
Ben, my
And there's
goodness.
shots fired. Pew,
Man,
pew, pew.
exactly.
You guys better duck because you're next.
No, my gosh.
What have you guys set a value today?
Oh, let me tell you. Me and Brad have brought the hot fire. While you just
Fire.
bring the anger, we bring the hot fire.
Super hot fire.
Super hot fire, yes.
Let's give away a Potawatomi prize pack because, believe it or not, Kyle thought of a good question today that I want to get to coming up next.
Oh, wow, did I?
Oh, you're shocked too.
I
See,
am.
that's what I do.
That was a quick head turn.
He's shocked that he actually did something
I
right.
don't know what I said.
Well, we'll get to it on the other side. But let's go caller number, let's see here. Packers pick 25. 2 + 5 is 7. No, I want to, know what? Strofe didn't want to answer the phones. Caller number 12 for the Potawatomi prize pack. You win some cool stuff per
I was
Potawatomi.
willing to go to 25.
You speak when spoken to. Oh, you want 25?
I'll do
Do 25.
Caller number 25. Let's get crazy. Strofe, nerd, says Adam in the 608. Agree. Caller number 25, you're going to win a Potawatomi prize pack, which includes some free play, some value of $100. I mean, that's good stuff right there from our great friends at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. 800-990-3776. I already see them lighting it up like a Christmas tree. Let's get to caller 25. 800-990-3776 for a Potawatomi Casino prize pack courtesy of PaysBig.com and the brand new sportsbook. A new era of sports betting is coming to Milwaukee. Caller 25, 800-990-ESPN. We'll be back with Kyle's brilliant question.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is
Dirty
negative.
Diana.
Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. With the NFL Draft starting Thursday, former Wisconsin offensive lineman Tanner Bortolini will realize his dream when his name is called for his future team. Bortolini joined Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin earlier this year and talked about his journey to the National Football League.
And at the end of the day, I just felt like the best decision for me in my future was to move forward and go to the NFL. And it's really hard to say goodbye to those guys, those relationships, but all good things come to an end. And I think the really big thing for me was that this is really where I felt it was best for me going forward.
The NFL Draft starts Thursday at 7 p.m. on ESPN.
Get 0% interest for up to 36 months, or no down payment, no interest, and no payments for up to 18 months. Book before April 30th at PellaWI.com.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Are you in need of expert exterior renovations? Look no further than Ridgetop Exteriors. For over 22 years, we've been the trusted name in roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutter replacements.
I couldn't be happier with the new roof Ridgetop Exteriors installed. It's like having a brand new home.
The team at Ridgetop Exteriors made upgrading my siding a breeze. Quality work and friendly service.
With a track record of excellence, we take pride in transforming houses into dream homes. Visit us today at ridgetopexteriors.com for a free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, your trusted local affordable partners.
An unsuspecting driver at a gas station in Wisconsin.
Welcome, Pump 15. How you doing?
Great.
Were you wearing your seatbelt today?
I never wear my seatbelt.
We're going to get him. We're going to get him real good.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Donald Driver. It takes 1 second to strap a seatbelt on. Well, let's do this. Let's do it together. Now, don't that feel better?
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways.
And I should have recognized your voice when you're harassing.
I'm watching you.
Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
Stoughton Health, in collaboration with patient and family advisors, seeks to advance the healthcare experience at Stoughton Health by providing a forum for past patients and families. to provide feedback on a variety of healthcare and other related topics. Advisors offer constructive feedback on their personal journey at Stoughton Health, helping to elevate the patient experience and increase satisfaction. Interested? Please call Amy at 608-873-2308.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
You ever have one of those days when you just couldn't come up with the right answer? Well, I know one answer that pretty much solves all problems. Ice cream. Yeah, it's the answer to everything, right? And right now, at Quick Trip, our rich, creamy, straight from our dairy, Nature's Touch 1-gallon pails of ice cream are just $4.99. Yeah, now that's an answer worth digging into. Come on, be a problem solver. Bring home some fresh, delicious Nature's Touch ice cream, only from Quick Trip.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand.
You were the clock that was ticking in my home. Change my state of mind.
If you love the NBA playoffs like I do, get ready to love them a bit more. Because you got to try Pick 6, the newest fantasy app from DraftKings, who's an official partner of the NBA. Getting started, it's so simple. It's so easy. Simply select if a player is going to have more or less of a stat. For instance, some of the ones I like tonight that are very much intriguing me. Jalen Brunson, over under 6.5, or higher or lower, 6.5 assists. Dante DiVincenzo, higher or lower than 14.5 points. Joel Embiid, higher or lower than 10.5 rebounds. I think I'm gonna put my pick set together using those three. And I love watching these games with that excitement of cheering or rooting against whoever I have picked more or less of a certain stat with. It makes it so fun, and you got to try it. What are you waiting for? Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now using code WKTI. And take on the competition with your best NBA player picks. Only on the DraftKings Pick 6 app with code WKTI. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus in most eligible states. Age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Pick 6 not available in all states. For up-to-date list of states, visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Kyle, Brust, and Norman, we like our new producer Alex Stroh's music so far.
I love the song.
This is a good jam. Did you not see us dancing the entire time?
My peripheral showed some nasty dancing. Not nasty good.
He looked like a kid at a wedding. He had too much juice. They got too much sugar.
I'm a bad singer. Y'all are bad dancers, from what I saw.
Are you kidding me?
Yo, you mean him? Yo, him.
I saw the phone line. Caller 25 was Chef Ed.
Chef Ed.
Are you kidding me? No, and I saw you pick up 25 times.
Chef Ed got that juice.
Dude, he might be the luckiest man in
Golden
America.
Horseshoe stuck up the booty.
Can he even win this prize pack? Because there's only so many things you could win in like a month or a week.
Is there? There's limits
Check out
on that?
ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
I've never been told that.
Oh, no, I mean, you don't know. It's when we do all the, like, well, you got this item earlier, so sorry you can't win this one.
Well, JD and Fondy chimes in, and, I'll admit, I've been a little high energy angry. Shut up,
Yeah, douche.
JD and Fondy, someone get Greg. Benny needs a slap again. Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, douche.
Dick Van Dyke, man, without Greg Scalzo, Ben is power hungry.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's no lie there. There's
need
really
to-
not.
I don't think I listen.
You know what's funny is? Oh, there's no lie there.
There isn't.
You guys need KBN Nation to text in and say these things. Otherwise, you just sit in your little chairs and mind your own
We
business.
called you a tyrant yesterday.
We
what more do
did.
you need?
I mean, honestly, I am all about making sure the show stays on the rails. And I can blow up. I can be emotional. And so I would hate for me to distract this excellent performance and show that we're putting on. And honestly, I probably need to listen more to what Greg used to do on Scalzone, Bruss? Because we may not need to take you down quite a few notches to get you under control.
Joseph chimes in. Greg and Fondy for the win. Slap. Yeah, you guys really want to see me slapped again. Well, you can always donate money to Now Guarding Against Cancer because we've done the MAC Fund. Adam, I'm with you, man. Adam of the 608. Leaders lead. You guys are still following. Who's the dummy now?
Gosh, we have a job to do here, buddy. We definitely have a job to do.
We did just give away a Potawatomi prize pack, and we gave it away. Chef Ed, as we mentioned. Mike continues to keep calling, and it just says Mike on there. Like,
Mike's a fan of Pato. There's nothing wrong with that.
My man wants some free play.
I don't blame him. Mike, are we doing this again later today?
We are.
Mike,
we're gonna do another. We missed it yesterday because Strove's a bad producer. We're gonna do another Pato. See,
hey, when I saw it twice, I was like, did we forget to do this?
Yeah. See, I'm always ready to dish it out.
That was good.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Kyle.
It was based off facts.
And based off of something that you never bring us, and that's a good topic. Are you in the thought process of in Goody where we trust, or you still got to prove it to me, buddy? Hey, there you go, Strofe. Another poll for you. I actually really want this one up. You can save that one as a draft that you're working on. Are you in the camp of in Goody we trust, or still prove it to me?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you look at the last two draft classes that the Green Bay Packers had, 2022, 2023, in Goody, we should be trusting. When you look at this overall roster, it is riddled with successes from the past two draft classes. And Goody, at the end of the day, what did he do? He drafted Jordan Love. And you said that's the only thing that mattered. That's not the only thing that matters to me, but the fact that when I look up and down this roster, the guys who are starters, the guys who are the contributors, they are on this team now. The failure of Goody in the past was when you look at the 18, 19, and then you even look at the draft before that with Ted Thompson leading it, they failed Aaron Rodgers because the draft sucked. But now, the reason why the Packers are so good this past season is because of the work that Goody put in.
800-990-3776. Are you in Goody We Trust camp or still prove it to me? I want to save Brad and I's answers because I need to have a KBN Nation and Kyle Brust and Nortman discussion. So part of me wants to have Alex save the tweet he's working on, which is a long tweet of all the players that we drafted in our KBN Packers all-time draft list that we drafted together today around 2:30.
Because of that.
You missed any of that, go to WisconsinOnDemand.com or YouTube to watch our show. And then I put out the Are You in the Goody We Trust or Still Prove It to Me? And the look on Strofe's face, because I could tell he was working on the tweet. Part of me feels like, yes, save it as a draft and get the tweet we want out now. Because if you were actively producing and doing your job, when we were done with the segment, you would have already done this, and it would be out.
Doing all that talking and looking for good music, telling me I can't play the song I want to play. Get something on YouTube, too. I want a poll on your YouTube.
Yeah, we put a poll on YouTube.
Then get your ass back here and play the song you want to play, and I'll work on the other things.
Oh, wow. Now I got to get out my chair to go do your job? I already do that on Sundays with Craig enough. Dang, I got to do it now every day?
Don't tell me how to do my job unless you're going to do my job.
Oh, I like this. Hey, by the way, we're less than a minute left, and you didn't play the minute out music. You suck.
Why are you over there sweating?
Because
I was working on
he's
that
a little
This is
rattled.
like the Navy SEALs.
Are we
break
hazing
them down.
This is
build
basic
them up.
training.
Yeah, it is.
Build
This is
them
basic
down to
training.
break them up.
I'm going to turn you into a beast. You are going to be the greatest person to ever come out of here.
You do look a little bit flush.
He is. Are you really upset, buddy?
Is there
No, he's not
airflow in
really
that back?
upset,
He's
but I
hot.
think he's hot. Not like mad hot.
I'm warm,
I think
yeah.
he's warm.
He getting redder and redder.
And then we're saying, get the tweet out. Wait.
His sleeves are pulled up.
Well, you got 2 minutes to get that tweet out and make sure we got good music in the open is good. So.
We smacking that. That was a little weird.
What are we
Smacking
smacking?
that.
What are-
We're back in
That
2
pivot
minutes.